Curtis. Welcome to the show. I'm in my backyard today. I love being out here. It's a great spot. I've got my griddle now, got the barbecue grill. Soon we'll be doing shows with the griddle. However, today it's about the yard bird, as we call it, chicken down home in Georgia. Last week we slow roasted that pork. At the same time, I snuck a chicken in the oven as well. So this could be part 2 of what may be 3 and 4 of cooking with or using slow roasted meats, pork, chicken. Today, it's all about the bird, as I said. I'm going to take it off the bone, talk to you about things that you can do with it. Also, at the end of the show, I'm going to tease making my enchiladas. Yeah, enchiladas. And I got to tell you, they're good. You know, I would put these, well, I'll talk about those when we're making enchiladas. Also, at the end, I'm going to show you how when you roast meats, whether it's chicken or beef or pork or whatever, there's this wonderful liquid that's in the bottom of the pan. Yeah, there's some fat in there. However, those are the pan drippings, those liquids that you can make things like au jus, and great gravies out of. So I'm going to show you how to store those as well. Today's show, come along and ride on a fantastic voyage in the kitchen with me, Curtis G. Remember, spread love, always have fun, and be safe in your kitchen. Let's go cook. Hey, I'm OGC. This is one of Curtis's 4 tips to buying fresh food. They also work for meats, fish, and poultry too. I'm back in the kitchen with Curtis. Now I'm putting on 2 gloves this time. Call me Curtis 2 Gloves. Those of you golf fans, remember Tommy 2 Gloves from South Carolina? And whenever I play golf, I do wear 2 gloves. People say, why do you wear 2 gloves, Curtis? I say, well, I can grip it better with 2 gloves. Same thing with when working with chicken. Same process. Here we go, y'all. The chicken has been washed, and I had to get a whole new roll of paper towel as well because we use so much. But you know what? It's better to buy more paper towel than have people get sick in your kitchen, right? I'm going to take one of these gloves off when we get ready to flavor up or add the seasoning. I'm going to just pat the outside dry, turn it up, see if any water is going to come out of there. This is going to be fun sharing with you, my little tricks when it comes to cooking poulet, chicken, pollo. How many ways can you say chicken? Yard bird, as we say down in the South. I just want to get it dry as I can for this, pat it as dry as possible so I can get the dry rub to stay. I have so many childhood stories and memories about chickens from, Grandma and Grandpa's house up in North Georgia, where, Granddad raised chickens. And I remember them running in the backyard or I should say side yard, and he'd get it ready for Grandma to cook. Or she would go out if he was at work and she'd get them ready to cook. And I'm not going to go into details on how that's done. However, where I'm from, we used to prepare the food from start to finish. Now, this right here is a chicken neck, and don't laugh. God, I love chicken neck. So I'm going to put this in the roasting pan, and I'm going to roast it myself. If you like to make a nice giblet gravy, chicken necks are great in that. What I'm going to do next is we've got the chicken ready, right? I'm going to add the dry rub to it. However, I'm going to do some things on the inside of the carcass there to keep that inside nice and moist as well. Notice, remember earlier I put garlic clove, slivers of garlic clove into the pork. Well, this time I'm going to put quarters of onion inside the yard bird. That's what we call chicken down in the South. I'm going to put I didn't change my gloves because this is going to go inside the bird. Okay, I'm not worried about cross-contamination because all of this is being cooked right inside the bird. And this will not be eaten, although we could use it in a sauce. You could even leave the skin on there if you want to, because this is just to keep that inside of the bird nice and moist and steaming it up, okay? From the inside out as it reaches temperature. Again, your poultry is done at what, what, 165, 170? Yep, internal temperature that is. And we're cooking this at, again, 225, the same temperature we had the pork in, but it's going in later. There we go. I could put these two halves in, or I could quarter it like so. And we're just going to fill the cavity, the inside of this chicken with that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2, 3, 4. And it's okay if they fall apart because they're going to cook up in there. And I'm going to do something else here. I'm going to add half a stick of butter. Took the glove off so I could lift my butter dish. And I've got a half a stick of butter that I'm going to add to the cavity of the chicken. Now just cut it up so it'll fit in there. I'm rubbing something with my leg and it's making a squeaking sound. I don't know if you hear that at home or not. Now, no on my part. I should have gotten a butter knife. I never use my chef knives for things like that, okay? However, there we're going to stuff this butter in there. I'm going to push it deep into that carcass. I think that's enough. I'm not going to use all of it. Well, might as well because I've already contaminated with that knife, so that goes in there. Now, let's do our dry rub. Remember, I had some left over. I'm going to hold the bird up and just tilt some of this down into that cavity. As that butter melts, it'll make that, take that rub all throughout the bird, okay? Could melt that butter and drizzle it over the outside. There we go. Now, I'm going to sprinkle the top and just rub our bird here. Flip it over. Look at that. Looks like we had enough with one. I didn't need to double it up, huh? Okay, y'all. We're going to come back. We're going to cover it with foil. Make sure everything is coated. The bird has seasoning all over it. Inside out. And if you want, now you could just lift the skin and slide some of your rub underneath there. Same here. I'm going to get some on the inside of that breast meat. This is going to cook slow, low and slow. So I am not worried. All the flavors will permeate through this chicken, okay? So we're going to stop tape, get our foil, and we'll get our bird ready to go. All right, back in a sec. Tip 2, don't be afraid to use that nose, smell it. Okay, here we go. Let's wrap it up, get our bird in the oven. Doesn't that look good? Woo. Okay, same thing. We just want to seal it as tight as possible. We don't want any of the steam to leak out. Make sure you can cover it. We want to seal it as tight as possible. And you can find Reynolds wrap or any of the tin foils that are much wider than the one I'm using, so don't fret there. Now watch how I'm going to take the next piece and we'll seal it. Again, we don't want any of the steam to come out. So we're going to cross over, make sure we get that covered. Our bird is ready to take off. And by take off, I mean go into the oven. time to sneak a peek. As you see, I've got on the stove some of Mama's barbecue sauce going. Let that reduce a bit. And I will post a video of the barbecue sauce making. These are some of the little handy gloves that my lovely Lisa brought from New Jersey, so I'm going to put them to use. The OV glove. Let's see if we can get this out. Okay, let's take a look. We're going to bring out our pork. Now the chicken, we'll take it over to our countertop there. I've got 2 cutting boards that we can do our first temperature check. This has been cooking for about 3 hours, I believe it is. Whoops, let's just close that up. Okay, let's take it over and we will check temp. What shall we check first? The poulet? Or again, you want that internal temp of that chicken, excuse me, to be about 165, 170. And the thing here, why am I making slow roasted chicken? Well, I'm going to show you for the next couple of days. We're going to do a couple things with this. 2 nights ago, Lisa wanted chicken tacos. And this was a black man from Georgia's version of chicken tacos. I got to get mi amigo Miguel Gordino, his mom, to show me really how to make the chicken tacos from Michoacan, Mexico. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that bird. This is one of the ways, whoops, be quiet. That's this electric or battery powered thermometer wants to go off. So let us, we're going to take another thermometer here, just a reed type thermometer, stick it in, and you want to stick it in. The dark meat is the part that seems like it takes the longest to cook. So we are at about 180 here. So that bird is nice and done. Now that is around the joint, so we're deep in the dark meat, but also want to check around that breast. Go deep in there and see what we got. And again, we'll let this rest a bit so it cooks. So we're going to do kind of a shredded chicken, just the same way we do the shredded pork. Lisa wants shredded meat this week, so we're going to do it for her. All right, 185. Now, really get down on those bone areas. Sometimes, you know, when you see poultry and there's like little red streaks, you don't want that. So, oh yeah, this is really done. Beautiful bird here. Woo. Can't wait to get into that. Okay, so we're going to let the barbecue sauce cook a little longer. And I'm going to put my food handling, my safety gloves on, and we're going to start shredding that pork. Okay, don't you go away. We're having fun all day. Brady's playing New England. Wow. You having fun, Lisa Cobb?
Yep.
Tip 3, go ahead and touch it. Make sure it feels good. Let's start our chicken. Now it's interesting with the chicken because it's got the skin, and I don't want to use the skin. So I'm just going to peel the skin off. See how easy that comes off? And I've got a little container to my left, your right, and then I'm just going to dump all that skin in, or as much as I can, as well as the fat. You can just peel that right off. I do want that while I'm cooking. You know, it helps to keep the meat nice and soft. And just peel that off. And we're going to start breaking it apart. Now that's still warm because it's been resting for what, 20 minutes or so, so it's still quite warm. Can you see the steam rising off of that? And we just pull the parts of, just pull it away. Oh, look, isn't that gorgeous? The beautiful white meat. So there's no red in there. And the bone just the meat just pulls right out. And the skin will just fall off as well. Now, if you want, you can separate your dark meat from the white meat. Not something that a black dude from the South usually says. However, hey, you know, we're talking about food, y'all, not people. Dig it? All right, so take all the skin off. I'm gonna throw it over here. If you want, you see all this there? That's a nice little chicken broth already. You can deglaze, or not deglaze, but take the fat off, okay? I'm just gonna pull as many bones out as I can. Again, if you really wanna make a more dense broth, just keep those bones in there. All right, I'm gonna be quiet and just, well, fast forward this so you can see me removing this chicken. This is hot. Remember, those safety gloves help you. You know, we can take that and make some nice chicken soup. Is that no? Okay, like that. Let's try that now. Well, we've pretty much picked that carcass clean there. There's still a little bit left, but I don't think it's worth scrapping over, okay? Looks like Tom's having a tough time in New England right now. All right, so I brought another container over, and I'm gonna take and just put the dark meat in there. Because the dark meat, there's a lot more veins running through the dark meat than the white meat. That is why a lot of people stay away from it. However, if I make chicken salad with this, I'll add little pieces in because it has so much flavor in that dark meat. Okay, just open it up, and if you see a vein, just pull it out. Now, truly, this is like torn chicken as opposed to shredded. You can take the fork and shred like so. 2 forks are really shredded. That's, like I said, that's how a lot of people will do it, and I find it takes so much longer. Okay, I'm looking through there just to see if there are any veins. The chicken is cooled off nicely, so I can really work with it now. Like I said, the food safety gloves really help insulate from that temperature. However, most of us chefs would tell you we have asbestos hands. Not that they're going to cause cancer, it's just they hold up well to heat. There we go. And I like to just press it in my fingers to really mush it up, okay? Look at that. That's just gorgeous. All right, so what we're going to do is just shred this chicken up. And again, I'm not going to bore you by making you watch this in normal time, so I'll probably speed it up and we'll come back. So the bone goes into the bone yard, or the bone bowl, and the good meat goes here. I'm going to have the dark meat here. The white meat will stay in the bowl until we get ready to put it away. And I've got to ask Lisa, what does she want tonight, pork or chicken?
Pork.
Pork? That was an easy answer. Okay. Well, we're going to make pork sandwiches. The barbecue sauce is looking really good over my shoulder, over my left shoulder. There we go. I don't want anything but meat when I shred this up. Nothing but meat. And when you take the veins out of that dark meat, it will blend so well with the breast and add so much more flavor to it. But again, you've got to separate it to find out what's there and what isn't, okay? So take your time. Don't rush this part. Once you get it cooked, just take your time. Pull the bone out. There's that thigh bone, you see that? And then separate, just kind of spread it open. And if there's a vein running through, you can pull it out. And then just mash it in your fingers, okay? Feel that texture. And you can also pull out little, fatty pieces if you see those. Here there is fat in chicken. Oh, that's a gorgeous piece of meat. This is going to make great tacos, going to make great chicken salad. It's going to make, I could do an enchilada with this. Wow, all kinds of things you could do with this. Once you just slow cook a bird, you can roast it in the oven, or you can, roast it on the grill outside. You've seen me do that before. If not, check out the YouTube channel. There's some videos of me doing that. And if need be, I'll do another one for our show here. Okay, now this is the last part of the dark meat. It's that big bone, that leg. And there's always a little tiny, like little spider bone down the side there. Call it a spider bone, but it's probably need to ask a dentist. My friend Karen, Tom's wife over in Arizona, will tell me what that bone is running down a chicken. Did I say dentist? She's a veterinarian. In fact, she's a mobile vet. She goes out and checks people out, checks their animals out where they need. And she does some exotic animals too. Oh, there's one last piece of there's another thigh bone. Thigh bone connected to the what bone? What bone's connected to the thigh bone, honey? Hip bone. Thank you very much. Okay, just press it in your fingers like that, okay? See, that's beautiful. Now, I'm going to take the white meat. There should be no bones in that, and it's still nice and moist and warm. All that beautiful liquid from our roasting is in there. Did you taste this earlier, honey? What did you think of it?
The chicken?
Yeah.
That's great.
Was it good?
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Then my work here is done, y'all. Lisa loves it. I love it. Now, this is going to be great for chicken salad, like I said. You want chicken salad this week, honey?
Sure.
And you want chicken tacos?
Absolutely.
What else kind of chicken can I make for you? And I'm just, enchilada? You would like an enchilada? Okay, good. Okay, so we could also make a white chili with this, chicken chili. There's so many things you can do. So Sundays is prep day for the week, right? I've got the pork ready, I've got the chicken ready. So, wow, I'm gonna make some beans tomorrow, some pinto beans. So Tuesday taco night is gonna be a special affair around the Aikens house. The abode. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Here comes Curtis. Just shred it up. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's make a sandwich or two. It's time to do some tasting. Peace. Spread love. This is really nice. Yep. Number 4, buy what's in season. The dark meat and the white meat. Welcome back to the kitchen. We've got the pork and chicken slow cooked. We've got it pulled apart. That's the pork. Smells so good. The chicken. That's heaven. What do you do with all that? I'm going to make enchiladas, or should I say ain't-chiladas. Just kidding there. There's an incredible intersection when it comes to life, people, food, the things we eat, right? Now, this is the ingredients to make my enchilada sauce, the seasoning, right? Look at them. They look so much. This is my dry rub. That's very, very similar. I just add a little more paprika to this. And if you want to add some chilies, things like that to make it spicier, dry chili, go for it. Same with your dry rub, okay? Now, to make the sauce for my my enchiladas, I'm going to do something, a recipe that I showed you months ago in the show. It's my 3-ingredient tomato soup. Again, after it's made, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about this, the cross section, how foods are so similar in different cultures, right? Italian Pomodoro sauce, tomato sauce, is pretty much like the tomato sauce, the red sauces in a lot of the Hispanic dishes, Latinx dishes. I hope I'm saying that properly. I do not want to ever offend anyone by using the wrong terms like that, okay? So my buddy Miguel Godinho is from Michoacan, and they make this incredible red sauce. You can also make a verde, a green sauce. So I'm gonna make my 3-ingredient tomato soup, and I'm gonna convert that to be my sauce for my enchiladas, okay? Let's get to work. You know, Lisa asks me all the time, why do I like to buy these glass milk containers? Well, one, I like the milk. I love that organic milk with the cream on top. Also, these glass containers are great for storing things. So all that chicken juice from roasting the bird, I'm going to add to this container, which I can put in the fridge if I can keep from spilling it. Now notice I put the bottle inside the bowl that I was shredding the chicken in. That's just to catch anything if it spills over. You know, I do remember when I was younger, when I was a kid really, at Grandma's house up in North Georgia, and a lot of times in Mama's kitchen, you know, things that were used, you know, you wouldn't waste anything, right? Now, all that flavor that we put in that chicken, all those wonderful spices and the rub that we made, right? I don't want to throw that away, so I'm going to use that. I can use this to make in a soup. I could use it in a stir fry. It would be great in a stir fry, okay? So, there's a little bit of fat in there, and if it congeals well enough for me, I can just kind of pour the liquid through it, okay? I can crack a hole in it, but I'll show you that if we get to that point, okay? All right,